So going back to January 2013, you told a Fox News interviewer that women in the military simply couldn't measure up to men in the military, saying that allowing women to serve in combat roles would force the military to lower the bar. You picked up on that same theme in 2015, making remarks on Fox News, referring to women in combat as, quote, it would erode standards. June 2024, you said on Ben Shapiro's podcast, quote, women shouldn't be in combat at all.
Hey everyone! Today, I'm diving straight into a political firestorm that's got everyone talking. A high-profile nominee is under the microscope and the controversies just keep coming. Infidelity, secret settlements, workplace misconduct, and some pretty wild policy flip-flops. Was he really cleared of all wrongdoing, or is there a lot more beneath the surface? Let's break it all down in 10 shocking points. Before I jump in, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so you never miss our deep dives into the biggest stories. First up, infidelity allegations. The nominee was grilled about cheating on his second wife, and get this, he fathered a child with another woman just 2 months before. He denies the accusations, calling them false charges, but does admit to a 2017 incident in Monterey involving consensual sex while married. He claims he was fully investigated and cleared, but critics aren't buying it. So was this a real investigation or just a cover-up? Next, NDAs and secret payouts. He says he isn't aware of any non-disclosure agreements in his divorces, but refuses to release his ex-wives from confidentiality. Even more suspicious? He admitted to hiding the Monterey incident and settlement from the Trump transition team during his nomination. If there's nothing to hide, why all the secrecy? Let's talk workplace behavior. Multiple colleagues accused him of drunkenness, shouting "kill all Muslims" at a bar, strip club visits, and even sexual harassment. He calls these anonymous false claims, but reports say there are named witnesses, including his own mother. If that's true, should someone like this really oversee the military? And here's where it gets hypocritical. He spent years saying women shouldn't serve in combat, claiming they lower standards. But just 32 days after his nomination, suddenly he's praising female warriors. Critics call it a nomination conversion, a convenient change for political gain. And while he supports a 10-year ban for generals working with defense contractors, he won't commit to the same standard for himself. Double standard much?
Mr. Warren.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Mr. Hegseth, thank you. Thank you for your service. So if you're confirmed as Secretary of Defense, you will oversee our military, including about 250,000 women who currently serve on active duty in the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Space Forces, and the Marines. And I have serious concerns that your behavior toward women disqualifies you from serving in this role. Now, I've been trying to get answers from you for quite some time on this. You haven't wanted to meet or to answer any of my questions, so we'll just have to do it here and dive in. I want to pick up on some of the questions asked by Senators Shaheen and Gillibrand and Hirono, and I just want to make sure we have a list of some of the facts that I think are undisputed. I'm not going to talk about anonymous sources. I'm just going to quote you directly. We've got the video. We've got it in print. So going back to January 2013, you told a Fox News interviewer that women in the military simply couldn't measure up to men in the military, saying that allowing women to serve in combat roles would force the military to lower the bar. You picked up on that same theme in 2015, making remarks on Fox News, referring to women in combat as, quote, it would erode standards. June 2024, you said on Ben Shapiro's podcast, quote, women shouldn't be in combat at all. And then, of course, we've talked about it in 2024. You published a book, and you say on page 26 of your book, we need moms, but not in the military, especially in combat units. Page 48 of your book, you claim that women should not be in combat roles because men are distracted by women. And then 10 weeks ago, you appeared on the Sean Ryan show and said, I'm straight up just saying we should not have women in combat roles. Now, I presume you recall making all these statements?
Senator, I'm not familiar with the article you're pointing to in 2013, but it underscores my argument completely, because in that 2013 argument, I was talking about standards.
No,
standards are what it's always been about,
let's not
Senator.
have this same fight
always
again.
been about Senate
I've quoted
standards.
you directly. We've got the video. We're happy to show it. But I want to be clear here. For 12 years, you were quite open about your views, and your views were consistently the same. Women are inferior soldiers, sailors, Marines, airmen, and guardians. And in case anyone missed the point, and these are your words from 10 weeks ago, women absolutely straight up should not be permitted to serve in combat. And I notice on each of these quotes, those are...
So what's the verdict? Between the infidelity scandals, secret payouts, workplace misconduct, and those blatant policy flip-flops, this nominee's credibility looks pretty shaky. Is he being unfairly targeted, or are these red flags just too big to ignore? Let me know what you think in the comments. If this breakdown opened your eyes, smash that like button, subscribe, and tell me your thoughts below. Thanks for watching the Citizens Broadcast, and I'll see you in the next video.